What is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had yourselves a great week, getting ready for the weekend. We are back with another episode of the Nerd Talk Podcast channel, and we are going to be talking about the season two of The Last of Us, which I honestly thought there was two more episodes, and if you went and listened to me talk about it on Monday with the episode review of episode 7. I made it sound like there was more episodes, but no, this was apparently the season 2 finale, which really caught me off guard because I think earlier I went and looked up how many seasons or how many episodes in the season was, and I googled it wrong, but I could have swore there was 9 episodes in this season, but no, it's 7, so 2 episodes less than the first season, which I think season 3 is supposed to be back at 9 episodes. So very, very odd for them to do it that way, but whatever. So, all right, I'm just gonna give you my overall thoughts about the season 2 now that it is over. Not a lot of people liked it, and I think the ratings for it dropped. I think I saw where um there was like a 30% drop in viewership when it came to the show. Obviously, probably a lot of people tuned out after episode 2, after Joel died, and then trying to have Bella Ramsey carry this show, it didn't work. I thought some episodes were fine and things like that. I think the first 2 episodes I was probably more invested in compared to the rest. Not to say there weren't any bad moments, but again, you're taking season 2 and adapting it from The Last of Us Part 2, which is already a controversial game to a lot of people because it's not a very good game, and it's just I have not played it yet, so I can't really attest to that information. But obviously, just from people I've watched and things like that, who just generally gave good, valid reasons on why they didn't like the game. Because you already weren't going to have people who didn't like the game watch this series because they did a terrible job of it. And I think Critical Drinker said it yesterday on his stream. They took an already bad game and made it worse somehow with the TV series. It just apparently just The Last of Us Part 2 is not highly sought after in the gaming sphere. I mean, if you like the game, that's cool and that's great and everything, but it just sounds like a lot of people are just not really big fans of it. Overall, um yeah, obviously the show kind of did dip after Joel was killed in episode 2. I am curious to like how many people tuned in to episode um 6. I believe it was 6, where we kind of get that flashback that kind of leads up to the events of season 2 and why there's like some kind of friction between Joel and Ellie. I'm curious to know what those numbers look like in return in viewership for that particular episode, since Pedro Pascal was in it. Even though people are kind of tired of Pedro, he was in it, so I'm very curious to know. But I so eh, there were some. So listen, let's start with Bella Ramsey. A lot of people seem to be fine with her. I get it, but I it's really like she can't pull off, at least in my opinion. Obviously, other opinions may echo this sentiment as well, but she, she can't really pull off an intimidation factor. Like, you look at her baby face and stuff like that, and there's been plenty of like memes and stuff of her going around, and they're really, really ridiculous. But just like with episode 5, when she corners Nora in the bottom of the hospital with the spores, and it's just like there's not much of an intimidation factor to her, and so it's just like why would I be scared of this baby face child? And again, that's because a lot of people pretty much were not happy with um, her being casted at Ellie. A lot of people might think that what's her name, Caitlin Driver, the one who plays Abby in season 2, thinks she probably a lot of people think she probably pulls off a much better Ellie than what Bella Ramsey does. And it's interesting. It's interesting. I really even though I've seen what Abby looks like in the game, seeing the show's version of Abby again, that's probably like not much of a intimidation factor because Abby in the game is like this big buff woman, but in this series she's not much of that. She's like a twig, but I think I kind of enjoyed her character a lot more than a few others. I mean, and I actually enjoyed a lot of people in this particular series. Uh, I don't really like what's her name, Isabel Marsan, who plays Dina. She's fine. I like. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I'm not saying that, but it's like, she's okay. I thought the character who played Jesse, I liked him. Tommy, liked him. Um, the actress who played Abby, like I mentioned, I like her. Um, that's relatively it. There's like a lot of stuff where, like, obviously, one of the biggest things of it is like you find out that um Dina is pregnant, and you have Ellie being like, "I'm gonna be a dad," and like a lot of people are just kind of like, why would you write that? Why would you put that in the show? Because like if you go and um because apparently if you go and look up like those two scenes and compare them, the show to the game, those are very completely different because and it seems like in the game Ellie's more frustrated at Dina because this is an issue. Like you're a burden now on this mission with you being pregnant, and in the show, Ellie's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a dad." She's not like she doesn't view it as a burden. She kind of does. Maybe at the end of the episode when the explosions go off with the battle between some scars and some wolves, and she's just kind of like, "Dina, you don't have to do this. You can stay, and I'll do this alone. That's no problem." But I guess that's okay. Um, I am a little annoyed that we didn't get to see more of these smart infected in this series. We only saw them in episode 1 and then in episode 4, I think. I think it's what it was when no, episode 5 when Jesse shows up. No. Shoot, I don't even know what episode. I can't even think what episode it was. Let me see. I have to find it now because I'm losing. I think it was like episode 4. Because episode 1, we pick back up where we kind of get reintroduced everybody. Episode 2 was the Battle of Jackson. Episode 3, Dina and Ellie make their way to Seattle. Episode 4, we learn about Isaac and Scars. Is episode 5. I think it is episode 5. Yeah. Yeah. But regardless of the fact, we only see him in two episodes out of this 7-episode series. And I thought they were the more interesting, and I would have loved to probably seen a little bit more out of those. We got some more infected in this series. I mean, season 1, episode 1 and 2 had infected. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I probably could have done more. I think maybe it's like about the same amount of an effect that we got in season one. I think, but again, I would have loved to see more of this smart effective. But um, there were aspects of the show where I was kind of like, some of this doesn't really like make sense and stuff like that. Like the episode 7, and I talked about this with the episode 7 review. It was like I didn't like how the way Ellie was communicating with was Jesse when he was talking about how, you know, because basically he's the next in line at Jackson. He's going to replace Maria, be the head of Jackson, and all that stuff. I got to look out for the community. I got to do what's best for the community. He is putting others before himself, and Ellie is being selfish. She's like, F the community. Obviously, she's like, my community died right in front of me. I don't care about your community. I care about, avenging my community that I lost. And so, but even when Jesse lets her go, he is still a good person, and he goes back because we hear talk about it later on in the episode where if Tommy didn't make you come back, would you have come back? And he's like, who said he made me? At least something along those lines. So it sounds like Jesse would have came back for her regardless. Um, the scars, we didn't get much on them either. Just a handful episodes here and there, but like, what is their motivation? Why are they doing what they're doing? Like, that's something that I didn't really understand. Obviously they're doing it for their god and all that stuff, but like, and there was never really like a clear indication on why they're doing this. And like maybe that's something in season 3 that we might get, but it just seems like it's just like a waste not to give a little bit more information about them in season 2. I mean, all we really know is that, you know, they kill wolves and the wolves kill them. And so it's like it's 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 interesting for sure. Um I'm trying to think of what other. I think because again they changed a lot of stuff, because I'm sure I think like other people are have different roles in the game compared to what they do in this show. Jesse dies basically about the same way that he in both the show and the game. It looks like um, I, the killing of Mel, I think, is different in the show and the game, because like this was weird, and I didn't know about this until again I was listening to like Critical Drinkers like stream yesterday. But like, there apparently in the game there's a scene where Ellie kills a dog, but they left that out in the show because that was just seemed like an unnecessary. I'm paraphrasing here, but it seemed like it's just like an unnecessary thing to add into the show. But it's weird that you add a scene where Mel, she basically gets is accidental. Like, she accidentally gets hit, and then you keep her alive long enough to try to talk Ellie to doing a C-section, only for Ellie to not do it. So now you make the audience watch as Mel, not only Mel dies, but also the baby inside her die. Which it's you know what, we're gonna do this. I want to let me pull it up. We are going to uh all right. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. All right. So this is in the show. I don't know if it's is that right. So basically, I'm just going to go to right here when he goes to.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Knife.
All right.
Do you have a knife? I live 30 seconds. Get the fuck over here, please, please, please.
Okay, so you keep her alive long enough to try to talk Ellie into doing a C-section. Now I'm gonna watch. It depends on how long it is. I don't know if I can find a short clip. It doesn't look like there's a short clip. Looks like this can be pretty lengthy, but okay. So now let's take a look at how it happens in the game.
People don't come back from that island.
How many times has Abby risked her life for you?
She chose this. I'm not fucking going there.
Then don't. Go back.
Fuck you, Owen. Hands up. Where's Abby?
You're that girl from Jackson.
Tell me where she went. How do we know you won't kill us?
Give her what she wants and we're dead.
You guys can survive this. I just need her.
Bullshit.
You. Come here.
Oh, so she already had a map on her, but in the show, Mel and Owen, I believe, they have the map.
Fucking get over here. Point to where she is on this map. And then you better fucking match up.
What are you doing?
She's probably dead anyway.
It is not worth it.
Stop.
We can talk
Back
about
the fuck up. Point to where she is. Fucking point!
Okay, so now I'm curious on why they just didn't. I'm now curious on why they changed that. I get because the end result is still the same. Mel dies. So I'm curious. I'm curious on why they it just seems like you could have just adapted the same thing.
Shit.
Tell me where Abby is. Where the fuck is she?
Whoa. Hey.
Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. So now I'm kind of like, why did you change that? Like, that's such a weird change to me for some reason. Like, if you like, because I feel like if you try to get emotional response from the audience in regards to like if you lined up both scenes here, I'm gonna lean more towards the game version than the actual show version because the show version you may like it's not an accident. In the show, Ellie does shoot. I guess technically shoots Mel by accident because the rounds kind of like go through Owen and somehow hit her. That's beside the point. But you do it to where like you try to get Ellie to do a C-section, but she doesn't know how to do it, and she just I don't know. That just seems like a weird thing to change. Like I don't know if I would like really like that. And I know they also changed like the Battle of Jet. There's a lot of stuff they changed from the game and the show. I feel like they tried in this series to maybe get you to like Ellie or like I don't know. Like I don't know what they're trying to do. Because like a lot of the actions in the show that Ellie does or it makes her like just a dick, you know. She makes it all about herself. Oh man, it's weird. It's such a weird thing about this show. I don't know. I mean, again, that's just my personal opinion about it. But like, overall, I didn't really. I definitely would give it like a 6 out of 10. I don't think it was that great. I love season 1, even though season 1 changed some things itself, especially after me playing the game for the first time in preparation for season 2. I still enjoyed it because I really enjoyed the Pedro and the Bella, Joel, and Ellie dynamic and kind of like that father-daughter aspect. But this series, it was just kind of I don't know. It felt like they tried to make it to where Bella Ramsey can definitely carry the show, and I don't think that's the case. I don't really think she can. Again, that's just my opinion. Who knows? Like, I can't really think of a scene in season 2 where I liked Bella Ramsey. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying in general, I don't think there's a scene where I liked anything that she was in. But now we're done with season 2. We got to wait basically 2 years for the next batch of episodes. And now looks like we're going to get Abby's point of view in all this. And it's just kind of like, I feel like that one would be a little bit more interesting to me because I actually liked the actress who played Abby. I thought she was interesting in this series. So that one might have my attention a lot more, but we got a while before we have to really worry about it anyway. So, but all right, guys, that's relatively it. Want to just mainly just give my thoughts about season 2 of The Last of Us. Show, like I said, 6 out of 10. There are some like writing issues and some like issues where I don't think because there's like a moment in one of the previous episodes where they're walking and talking, Ellie and Dina, and they're just like stopped in the middle of the road, like in the middle of the open, talking about like the people they first kill. I understand what they're trying to do, but again, you're doing this in the middle of the open where anybody can see you, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know really about that. And so, but again, that's just my thoughts and whatever. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. Be sure to head over to the gaming channel. Check out all things gaming over there. And other than that, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.